In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make glitter, heat transfer vinyl, and rhinestone transfer outline designs using your Cricut vinyl cutter and Cricut Design Space. Everything you need for this video is going to be down below, and if you have any questions during any of this process, leave it in the comment section. Let's get right into this video. Alright, so we have Cricut Design Space open. This right here is going to be the heat transfer vinyl file, and then this is going to be the rhinestone file. Let's go over how you're going to actually obtain these. So if you go down below in the description, it'll take you to my website. This is where you're going to grab everything you need for your rhinestone transfers. These are SVG files. They're perfectly sized, ready to go. You just import them into your Cricut Design Space, cut them, customize them. This goes for all of the alphabets, all of that you need. There's everything on here. And then if you go to custom rhinestone form, it's going to take you to a Google form where you actually fill out, if you have customs, and that's how you're going to be able to actually get these is through the customs, but you can make your own rhinestone transfers using those SVG files. I'll link some videos in the description that go over that process in detail. That way you have that. You're not worried about the lacking any information. But if you have any questions about this, leave it in the comment section. So like I said, this is the rhinestone flock that we're going to cut, and then this is going to be our glitter heat transfer vinyl. So we're going to just go ahead and send them to our vinyl cutter, and we're going to cut them individually. Remember, this is heat transfer vinyl, so we're going to mirror this. And then the second one, we do not have to mirror. So let's go over to the vinyl cutter. If you have any questions so far, just leave it in the comment section. All right, so we connected our Cricut Explorer Air 2 via Bluetooth. It's just more convenient for me to do that way. If you want to do the same thing and it asks you for a code, use code 0000. I preloaded our heat transfer vinyl and our rhinestone flock. The first thing we're going to go ahead and do is load our heat transfer vinyl. I have the needle pressure on Iron-On Plus. Make sure you have a fresh needle. And I did go ahead and mirror this because it is heat transfer vinyl. This we're not going to mirror. So let's go ahead and cut this. If you have any questions so far about the vinyl cutter or the vinyl or the rhinestone flock, just let me know in the comment section. Reach out, I got you. I'm going to go ahead and let this cut. Then we're going to peel it, and then we're going to load our rhinestone flock, and then we'll just go from there. But yeah, I'll see you guys when this is done. Alright, so we have our heat transfer vinyl. I like to use tweezers and then just hit that corner. Make sure you do this part not necessarily slowly, but definitely be intentional with where you're pulling your vinyl. You don't want to pull it too much in the wrong direction because you could mess it up, and repeating some of these steps really does suck, so just be mindful. And if this is your first time working with vinyl, you'll see why we mirrored it. Because this side that you're looking at is the side that's going to be touching the shirt, and that's what's going to adhere to the actual garment, so if you have any questions so far, just leave it in the comment section. Boom. Oh, we forgot this, and there we go. Looks good. All right, let's go to the next step. All right, now it's time to load the rhinestone flock. So for the needle pressure, go between cardstock plus and poster board plus. Just check how dull your needle is. If it's pretty dull, go higher up. If it's a fresh needle, you can go down to like cardstock plus and you're gonna be good. Just do a couple test cuts before you do large projects. That's just what I recommend when working with rhinestone flock, especially if you're new to using rhinestone flock. You kind of have to just have technique when cutting this if something doesn't go right, so just do your test cut. Make sure your needle is cutting it properly, because this is what we're gonna this is what we're gonna end up with. But we just want to make sure we get it done all correctly, right? So we have it on fast mode. And then I remember, do not mirror this, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and cut that. If you have any questions about the rhinestone flock, just let me know. And once this is done, we are gonna go ahead and make our actual rhinestone transfer. Then we will go over to the heat press. So I'll see you when this is done. All right, so now that the vinyl cutter is done, this is what we're left with. These are perfectly sized 4 SS10 rhinestones. So there we go. We're gonna just go ahead and add our SS10 hot fix rhinestones, and then we're just gonna go ahead and use our brush tool. This part can be tedious at first, but over time you will get a lot better. It's really just like having that nice flick of the wrist, you know what I mean? When I'm not filming, I usually do a lot better, but you can see how most of them flip on the side that we need. Is just because of the how deep the hole is. It allows the hot fix rhinestones to lay flat. Here we go. We are almost there. Just a few more. And some are going to get left behind. So that's when we come in with the tweezers, and we're going to just go ahead and fix them all. Yeah, and when you're doing this, just, you know, just take your time. I know it can be a little annoying, but you will get better over time. And when you're being careful, you're gonna be able to land more of them right side up. But yeah, if you have any questions up to this point, you know, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. And when you're pricing out your stuff, you know, just keep in mind how much labor you're putting into it. You know, that's one thing you want to always factor in when pricing your stuff. It's going to help you value your stuff a lot more, and it's going to help you, you know, have more confidence when you say your price. Because that's one thing that I've learned, you know, is when we don't make a lot of money is when we get scared to say that price that we really want to say confidently, you know, and then that's when we start giving discounts, or we start to just, you know, devalue our work. And I think if you just pay attention to how much actual work you're putting in, you're going to remember that, and just tell somebody like, nah, this is going to cost this much, and they're going to believe you. You know what I mean? All right. So we are able to now add our transfer tape. Gotta make sure all the stones are out the way. Let's go ahead and add the transfer tape. Boom, we got like one shot at this. We got to be very careful. I even flinched, and as you can see, some of them fell out of place, but that's okay. That's an easy fix. Let's just go ahead and wipe this down, and we can just grab this one, and we can just lightly scrape it in the direction that it needs to go in, and the rhinestones will fall right back where they need to. Just be very gentle and intentional when putting the stones back, and you'll be all good. Boom, there we go. Now we just want to go over it like this, just to make sure all of the stones are touching the tape, so when we lift the tape, all of the stones come up with it. So now let's go ahead and lift, and do this part slowly, just in case any of the stones didn't make it. You're able to come back down and just press it. Boom, we were able to get every single stone. There we go. Now we can put this on here so we can save it for as long as we need. You know, this can be stored now if we need to just hold it. But for this video, we are going to press it. So if you have any questions up to this point, leave it in the comment section. But let's go over to the heat press so we can go over the settings and actually get everything pressed. Alright, so I set the heat press to 330 degrees. That's going to be the perfect temp for the heat transfer vinyl and the rhinestone transfer. So we're going to be doing a black tote bag, but this is going to be the same for any garment, you know, like a t-shirt or whatever. First thing we're going to do is pre-press for 10 to 15 seconds. This is going to take any moisture that might be in the shirt out to just, you know, give the you know, stuff at the proper temperature to adhere and the best possibility to make sure it stays, right? So here we go. The first thing we're going to do is the heat transfer vinyl layer. Boom. We'll do this for about 15 to 20 seconds or so. The heat press in this video is the Fancier Studio 16 by 24 with the pull-out drawer. If you're curious about this one, it's about a little over $300, and it is in my Amazon storefront if you needed that. So let me know if you have any questions about it. It is my favorite budget heat press, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and peel slow just to make sure everything stuck. All right, cool. Now it's time to do our rhinestone transfer. Alright, let's make sure it's all good. Perfect. And then we're going to do this for about 15 to 20 seconds as well. And then we're going to peel slowly just to make sure all of the rhinestones are set properly. And then as soon as I peel, I'll give you guys a better angle so you can see exactly how it turned out, you know. But I am really excited to get this done. I've been meaning to do this for a while because I made a short form version of this, went pretty viral. So this is the first time I'm actually doing the long form, showing how to do the glitter heat transfer vinyl with the rhinestones, because people seem to really like that combo. But there we go. That looks really good, you know. So I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod and I'm gonna give you guys a better angle. Alright, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. If you have any questions about this process, just go ahead and leave it in the comment section and let me know what you plan to press this on. We did a tote bag in this video, but obviously this would look great with pretty much, you know, any method. I'm just really excited to apply this to something else, you know, because during the summertime this is gonna really hit during those pool parties and all that good stuff, you know. So I appreciate you for, you know, tapping in. If you grab any SVG files or anything that you know, has to do with any of the links down below, thank you so much. It does, you know, directly support this channel. So, you know what I'm saying, shout outs to you. Couldn't do it without you. And let me know what tutorials you want next, you know what I'm saying. Subscribe and I will see you next video.